gapai semua impianmu, terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tabi pun, selamat datang di kampus Dharma Jaya.
Gimana Mas Don? Shirley ya?
Agak sama Sultan dengan Bapak.
Izin Pak Dedi, tadi siapa yang dijadikan co-host selain Bu Aga? Selain Mbak Aga sama siapa tadi yang dijadiin co-host?
Gimana?
Yang dijadiin co-host siapa lagi Kak Dedi?
Nanti kalau ada Bu Susan ya, nanti Bu Susan.
Bu Susan, Miss
Bukan,
Susan.
belum datang dia.
Oh ya, oke.
Nah, udah itu aja, thank you. Adika yang megang ya?
Ya, soalnya Beli Ketut mau dinas luar.
Thank you.
Oke, Kak Dedi.
Thank you.
Di kampus Dharma Jaya dengan visi menjadi perguruan tinggi pembelajaran unggul berbasis riset dan teknologi informasi. Izinkan kami membantu mewujudkan mimpi dan harapan untuk mencapai masa depan yang lebih baik.
Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depan yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak.
Kamu nggak bisa laptopnya.
Sambutlah masa depan yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu, terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling unggul dalam ilmu teknologi dan juga bisnis.
Tes 1, 2, 3.
Lulusan yang terbaik, berkarakter, berkompeten dan juga bermutu. Dharma Jaya. Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu. Terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tabi pun, selamat datang di kampus Dharma Jaya dengan visi menjadi perguruan tinggi pembelajaran unggul berbasis riset dan teknologi informasi. Izinkan kami membantu mewujudkan mimpi dan harapan untuk mencapai masa depan yang lebih baik.
Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depanmu yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depanmu yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu. Terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling unggul dalam ilmu teknologi dan juga bisnis. Menghasilkan lulusan yang terbaik, berkarakter, berkompeten dan juga bermutu. Dharma Jaya.
Hello, my name is Labuhan. My Indonesian name is Budi. Why I choose Dharma Jaya for the Mahasiswa program? Because Dharma Jaya is one of the partners of my university in Vietnam, the University of Economics and Laws. So I want to become the ambassador of my university, also my country here in Indonesia, and also especially for Bandar Lampung. And I also want to meet the people here and the local people here and also local students for learning about culture, about the local living. So that's why I choose Dharma Jaya for my Mahasiswa program.
gapai semua impianmu. Terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tabi pun, selamat datang di kampus Dharma Jaya dengan visi menjadi perguruan tinggi pembelajaran unggul berbasis riset dan teknologi informasi. Izinkan kami membantu mewujudkan mimpi dan harapan untuk mencapai masa depan yang lebih baik.
Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depan yang cerah bersama kami. IIB Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depan yang cerah bersama kami. IIB Dharma Jaya. Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu. Terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling unggul dalam ilmu teknologi dan juga bisnis. Menghasilkan lulusan yang terbaik, berkarakter, berkompeten dan juga bermutu. Dharma Jaya.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Putri Nuraliah binti Raja Afandi. Saya berasal daripada Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka dan saya berada di Dharma Jaya sebagai Student Mobility Program. Di sini saya berdiri untuk menceritakan beberapa pengalaman saya sepanjang saya berada di sini. Pertama sekali mengenai teman-teman saya di sini. Saya dapat ramai teman-teman lokal maupun internasional seperti Indonesia sendiri, Madagaskar, Kenya dan lain-lain lagi. Saya pun tak terbayangkan sekiranya saya boleh rapat dengan mereka sebegitu rapat sekali. Mereka juga sangat membantu saya untuk latih diri saya lebih mahir dalam speaking dan mereka juga selalu bawa saya jalan-jalan di Indonesia. For the second one is about the lecturer, iaitu dosen-dosen di sini. Mereka sangat baik. Apabila saya bertanya soalan, mereka sangat membantu dalam untuk saya menyelesaikan semua masalah saya dalam pembelajaran. Dan yang ketiga iaitu culture. Di sini saya dapat lihat pelbagai tarian yang menarik sepanjang saya berada di sini. Contohnya seperti saya pergi ke event mana-mana, saya akan dapat lihat tarian mereka yang sangat best. Yang lain ialah saya dapat merasai pelbagai jenis makanan yang menarik, pedas. Saya suka makanan pedas, best. And then saya sangat enjoy ada di sini. So, bagi sesiapa yang kat luar sana nak merasai macam mana yang saya rasa sekarang, marilah join saya untuk menjalani mobility program di Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya is the best.
Oke, ini ya. Enggak, bukan.
Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra.
When we look far away to the ocean, we see islands like a chain on the sea, shining horizon, the creation of God, blessings for everyone in our universe.
Rainforest, the fields and mountain ranges are blessings that have given us life. Together cultures in diversity, brimming with charm and reaching victory.
Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra, captivating charm will never fade away. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra, come along with us on a wonderful journey. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra.
Rainforest, the fields and mountain ranges
Our blessings that have given us life.
together cultures in diversity,
Brimming with charm and reaching victory. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra, captivating charm will never fade away. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra, come along with us on a wonderful journey. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra, captivating charm will never fade away. Lampung, the treasure of Sumatra. For Indonesia, for Indonesia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin this opening ceremony. And I would like to greet our honorable guests as well. The Honorable Governor of Lampung, a representative, the Honorable Director of Research and Technology for Ministry of Research, Technology, and Higher Education, the Honorable Chairman of Halpianusin Foundations, the Honorable Chairman of the Foundation's Board of Trustees, the Honorable Rector of IIB Dharma Jaya, the Honorable Vice Rectors, Deans of IIB Dharma Jaya, the Honorable Speakers and Presenters of 7 ICITB 2021, the Honorable Guests. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Abi pun.
Ya pun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 7 International Conference on Information Technology and Business 2021, with the title is Prospect and Device for Future Research and Innovations of Informatics and Business in Post-Pandemic Era. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for presenting the seminar and allow me to lead our praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His grace and blessing upon us. We also do not forget to comment our compliment to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, whom we are waiting for his salvation. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Ladies and gentlemen, to make sure this conference to be blessed, let's open by reciting lafaz basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The next session is to sing National Anthem Indonesia Raya, please. Let's pray to him, and it will be led by Ustadz Ratno SPDI MH. Screen is yours.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma shalli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Hamdan syakirin hamdan na'imin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafihu mazida. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karim wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma ighfir lana dzunubana wa liwalidayna warhamhuma kama rabbayana shighara. Wa li jamil muslimin wal muslimat wal mu'minin wal mu'minat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. Ya qadil hajat innaka ala kulli syai'in qadir. Rabbana dzalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbana la tu'ahidna inna syina aw akhtana. Rabbana wa la tuhamilna ma la taqata lana bi. Wa'fu anna waghfir lana warhamna anta maulana fansurna 'alal qaumil kafirin. Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa dzurriyyatina qurrata a'yun waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Ya Allah ya Rahman Rahim, in the name of God all praises we upon you, the most gracious and merciful. Dear good ya Allah, thank you for all the blessing that you give for us. Thank you ya Allah for all blessings that you give for us. You do we serve and we do we serve. Ya Allah ya Rahman Rahim, keep us on the right path ya Allah. Ya Allah ya Rahman Rahim, help us, will her, will pray ya Allah. Rabbal alamin. Rabbana arham hakka warzuqna tiba'ah wa aral batila batila warzuqna ijtinabah. Ya Allah, ya Rahman Rahim. There is nothing easy except with you make easy. You make the difficult one easy if it be your will. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Bi fadlika subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamu alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much to Ustadz, and we hope that through the pray we can get grateful from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Before we continue the part of this ceremony, let us present you the traditional dancing from Lampung, please. Next, let's listen to the welcoming speech who will be delivered by the chairman of this conference. I would like to invite Bapak Dr. Said Hasibuan. Screen is yours.
Thank you very much, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Chairman of the Alfian Mission Foundation, Dr. Andi Despiandi, the Honorable Rector of IIB Dharma Jaya, Dr. Khan Firmansyah, Bapak Firmansyah IA MSc MBA, the Honorable Vice Rector, Bapak Dr. RJ Abdul Aziz, Bapak Roni Nazar, and Bapak Mufian Toib MN, the Honorable Dean of IIB Dharma Jaya Economic and Business, Bapak Syaidir Jamal for Computer Science, and Dr. Forani for Economic and Business, Honorable Head of Research Institute Community Service, Dr. Ibu Dr. Sri Lestari, and Honorable Presenter and Speaker and guest, and thank you for keynote speak to join this moment, Dr. Wasila from IIB Dharma Jaya, Vin Trong Hong, PhD from the Vietnam, and Sandri Sastri, PhD from the Brisbane, England. It is my great pleasure to warmly welcome to 2021 International Conference Information Technology and Business ICITB conduct virtually. And the ICITB in conference series conduct annually by Institute and Informatic Business IIB Dharma Jaya. The topic of this conference is the prospect and device for future research and innovation of informatic and business in post-pandemic era. The 2021 ICITB conference as IIB Dharma Jaya feature conference provide the academician and their student expert and practitioner opportunity to meet, present, and have fruitful discussion and their research work, idea, and paper in the wide area computer business with the cover computer science, information system, information technology, business, and computer engineering. This conference is organized to provide opportunity for participants. This conference is organized to provide opportunity for participants from both academic and industry to share and exchange knowledge, as well to cutting edge for computer science and business field. It is expected that ICITB participants will be able to take away new thinking and horizon from the conferential meeting for future work. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 56 papers sufficient, and we selection now only 31 paper accepted, around the 55% accepted rate for this conference. The accepted paper will be present in the 4 regular parallel and track session will be published in the conference proceeding volume, and all the paper will be submitted and published in ISSN 2460-7223 on behalf of ICITB organizer. And we hope to extend our warm welcome to the conference to participants and researchers. We'd like to thank you all participants, reviewer, committee, also rector, vice rector, to support this conference. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much to Bapak for the speech. And the next session is welcoming speech from Rector of Institute of Informatics and Business, IIB Dharma Jaya, and it will be delegated by Bapak RZ Abdul Aziz ST MT PhD. To Bapak, screen is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Adit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Good morning and God bless us. Tapi pun the Honorable Chairman of the Alfian Hussein Foundation, Mr. Dr. Andi Despiandi, the Honorable Chairman of Foundation of Board of Trustee, the Honorable Vice Rector, Mr. Roni Nazar and Mufrihan Tayyib, the Honorable Dean, Lecturer and Academic Community of AIB Dharma Jaya, the Honorable Speaker, presenters, and the guests. Ladies and gentlemen, we present praise and gratitude for the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, from His mercy and guidance to all of us, so that we can carry out the greater International Conference, the 7th International Conference of Information Science, Technology, and Business 2021. Prospect and device for future research and innovation of informatics and business in post-pandemic era. Also, our prize of compliment should be commended to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, whom we are waiting for his salvation, inshallah. On this occasion, allow me to thank the speaker and presenter of the 7th International Conference, namely Mr. Pintong Hong, PhD, Lecturer and Researcher, Department of Information and Technology from FPT University Vietnam, Mrs. Sandy Sastri, PhD, Director of Strategy Partnership, University of West of England, Bristol, UK, and Dr. Wasila, Lecturer in IEB Dharma Jaya, and the community who have supported this implementation. I also would like to thank the chairman of the Alfian Hussein Foundation, who are given us the opportunity to run this conference as we expected. Distinguished attendant of the seminar, in Industrial Revolution 4.0, the use of the technology is increasing, becoming to very important requirement. Even well-established company have the use digital technology to ensure the existence of their business. If you only rely on the old business model, it's not impossible that your business will be suffer. Moreover, currently digital disruption has eroded various sectors, such as transportation, retail, finance, logistics, and other sectors. In this era too, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, we must not only do digital customers, we must be as a flyer and even digital producer. We are not only user, but as a creator, a new technology, and we must accelerated with together. Ladies and gentlemen, we aware that the digital economic transformation in Indonesia is very fast. This because the number of startups in Indonesia is the 5th largest in the world. This shows that the adaptability and creativity of young people in building the Indonesian economic in extraordinary. It will be prospect as well as the challenge in building the current regional and national economy. Now, it's just a matter how we take advantage of digital transformation for economic progress, and a new economic will be created after COVID-19 pandemic. The surviving economic and business are not the mass dominant, but the ones of the mass adaptable is utilizing and taking the right angle the technology era 4.0 during the COVID-19 pandemic. In building the digital ecosystem for the industrial revolution, the key is the connecting the key connecting point, namely how to be connect the node to that created network between academic, business, community, finance, government, and media, as well as collaboration between the world of education or academic in conducting research and creating a new innovation, thus creating a strong network to build a strong economic and business. For this aspect, university as one of the institutions that provide input in the academic field for the various sectors must also prepare themselves to face change in the era of digital. Namely, are left the digital technology. However, all of this be supported by government, all the preferring regulation as a remind, if we don't make change the digital era, the university will be left far behind. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that the international conference can be communication and discussion between academic stakeholders related to the development of innovation strategy model in the era of disruption. Then introduction research result from the academic community and other research work can also be used as a source of innovation based competitive advantage to the business world. And the result of this international seminar can provide an understanding of disruption and its impact on the business file in Indonesia to the academic community and stakeholders. Thus, the benefit obtained by both academic community and stakeholders from various fields and can share and transfer knowledge to develop the best innovation strategy model in facing the era of technology in disruption. In addition, I also hope the result of this international seminar can be usefully for various parties so that they can understand innovation from the era technology. Before the closing this speech, let me congratulate you on the implemented this international conference, 7 international of the conference on international information technology and business 2021. The topic, prospect of device for future research and innovation for informatics and business in post-academic pandemic era. Finally, I would like to convey and excuse for the mistake I had in my speech. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. Thank you very much to Bapak for the astonishing speech. Finally, we are in closing sessions. Then let's close this opening ceremony by reciting lafaz hamdalah together.
Alhamdulillah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony had already done. I apologize for the mistake I had. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu semua, izin pamit.
Dharma Jaya adalah salah satu institusi pendidikan tinggi swasta terkemuka di Provinsi Lampung. Berdiri pada tahun 1995 di bawah naungan Yayasan Pendidikan Alfian Husin, nama Dharma Jaya memiliki arti Dharma Bakti dan jasa Yunidar Alfian. Berawal dari niat dan ketulusan hati, serta dukungan penuh dari istri tercinta Hajah Yunidar Karim Alfian, seorang putra asal Lampung, Haji Alfian Husin SH, ingin mengabdi di daerah asal untuk meningkatkan kualitas sumber daya manusia, khususnya generasi muda, agar dapat berkiprah dan berkompetisi dalam rangka menghadapi era kesejakatan. Kemudian hal ini diwujudkan dalam pendirian Yayasan Alfian Husin melalui Yayasan Pendidikan Alfian Husin. Maka untuk pertama kalinya didirikan Lembaga Pendidikan Tanjung Karang dengan mendapat izin prinsip dan operasional dari Departemen Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Provinsi Lampung untuk menyelenggarakan kursus komputer dan program pendidikan 1 tahun. Dengan perkembangan lembaga ini, serta pesatnya tuntutan masyarakat Lampung, maka pada tanggal 5 Juni 1997, didirikanlah Sekolah Tinggi Manajemen Informatika dan Komputer Dharma Jaya, yang pada saat itu dikenal dengan STIMIK Dharma Jaya. Bersamaan dengan usia yang ke-3 tahun dan terus-menerusnya pengembangan pembangunan gedung perkuliahan dan pengembangan sarana pendukung lainnya, maka pada tanggal 6 Juli tahun 2000 berdiri kembali Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi Dharma Jaya atau STIE Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya terus berbenah untuk menjadi lebih baik dalam memposisikan diri sebagai perguruan tinggi yang concern dengan perkembangan informatika dan bisnis. Tanggal 20 Agustus 2008, status TIMIK STIE Dharma Jaya berubah menjadi Institut Informatika dan Bisnis Dharma Jaya. Perubahan status ini membuktikan bahwa Dharma Jaya diakui mempunyai keunggulan di bidang informatika dan bisnis, serta merupakan wujud kepercayaan pemerintah pusat kepada Dharma Jaya. Hadirin, sebagai senyum pengantar sapa atas kehadiran tamu-tamu agung, kami persembahkan garapan tari kreasi yang mengangkat perjalanan Haji Alfian Husin dan Haja Yunidar Karim Alfian dalam membangun Yayasan Alfian Husin sehingga Institut Informatika dan Bisnis Dharma Jaya dapat berdiri, berkarya untuk membangun masyarakat yang mandiri serta berdaya saing tinggi. Hadirin yang kami hormati, terimalah persembahan kami, Tari Suluh Lampung, yang diangkat dari biografi Haji Alfian Husin dan Haja Yunidar Alfian.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Kabi Pun. Welcome back to the program. This is Ramalia from IBI Dharma Jaya, your moderator. It is a privilege for me to guide this conference, as this is the 7th international conference conducted by Dharma Jaya. Means 7 years of celebrating the research spirit for better education, for better life. In this conference, all the speakers will deliver the ideas each 20 minutes, continued by question and answer for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then we will finish our discussion at 11:40 a.m. So make sure your signal is its best. Don't let it ruin your day today, because right now already join us Dr. Wasilah from Dharma Jaya, Dr. Phin Trung Hong from FPT University, Vietnam, and Dr. Sandhya Sastry from UE, United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker by giving them a very big applause. Okay, to the entire speakers, I remind you, you have 20 minutes each. So do your best, and 5 minutes before your time is over, I will remind you about that. So I will introduce you for the first speaker, Dr. Wasilah. Dr. Wasilah received doctoral degree from Department of Electrical Engineering from Gajah Mada University. Her research interests includes human-computer interaction, information system audit, IT governance, and IT management for education. Right now, she is lecturer and head of the library at Dharma Jaya, Lampung. Ibu Wasilah will talk about the flexibility in higher education to respond to changes in our world right now, including the factor behind it and how we measure it. Assalamualaikum Ibu, apa kabar?
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah.
Are you ready right now?
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, so Ibu, the camera is yours. You have 20 minutes to deliver your speech. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Rahmalia. Excuse me, I will share my PPT. Okay. Okay. The Honorable Chairman of the Alfian Foundation, Mr. Andi Despiandi, the Honorable Rector Institute and Business Dharma Jaya, the Honorable Vice Chancellor Bapak RZ Abdul Aziz, Bapak Roni Nazar, and Bapak Mufli Hantoib, the Honorable Dean of Computer Science and Business Management Faculty, and also to all of participants in this conference. Welcome and thank you very much for joining. May you all are healthy and good condition wherever you are. In this opportunity, I would also like to welcome the Honorable keynote speaker, Mr. Phin Trung Hong, PhD from FPT University of Vietnam, and Sandhya Sastry, PhD from University of Labuhan, England, United Kingdom. Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tabi pun.
Waalaikumsalam, tabi pun, Bu.
Today, my presentation is going to talk about the need for increasing flexibility in higher education. I will divide my presentation into 4 parts. In the first one, I will talk about the background on why we need flexibility. And the second one is about what is flexibility, what does it mean, and third part is about flexibility factor in university, and the last part of the presentation is about implementation of flexibility measurement and further research. Let's start from the background. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapid development of technology has had an impact on change in culture, behavior in various aspects of the organization. Utilization of technology for integration services that facilitates organization to computerize their service and do online services. Several another thing also trigger change in an organization, including change in customer need, increasing business of competition, government regulation, and the COVID pandemic that we have experiences for almost 2 years. This condition have changed human culture in doing their activities. This change include way human work, do business, interact, learn, transaction, and do many another other activities. And we must adaptation for this condition. And then the paradigms about change many area of organization include in university must change have occurred in core and supporting process in university. Higher education or university need to respond adapt to change because in flexibility can flexibility is can increase the university value like service quality, cost efficiency, and competitive value. Flexibility is one major factor for university to maintain sustainability. So we need flexibility. And then what is flexibility? Some author, some study talk about any define about flexibility like in dictionary, Cambridge and Oxford, and another defines have defined flexibility is as ability to change or be changed easily according to situation, and then flexibility is quality when easily without breaking, and flexibility is flexible, easy, and fast adjustment. And another definition for the another study, but in IT flexibility, we have defined, we have definition from several auto and several study like this is Java define about IT flexibility. That's IT flexibility is ability to change or adapt to change environment by offering the range of technology and various technology feature. And another study stage, the IT flexibility is focus on a more dynamic, proactive structure so that they are able to execute business strategies. They are oriented toward the organization opportunity. So many definition about flexibility and IT flexibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you about the research in flexibility. In this table, we can see in this table. What studies of flexibility? Table what? Flexibility studies. Flexibility studies. In this table, we can see also about studies flexibility. As you can see, the first column is author name, and second column show about research topic, and the third column show about focus area. I like you to focus your attention on third column. So you can see that until now, focus research area are concept about flexibility and manufacture flexibility. And then study about flexibility in service based organization are limited. We can see in this table in study the discussion about flexibility generally related to manufacture. Study that discuss about flexibility in services-based organization are very limited. So we can see in this next. Nah, scope of IT management flexibility. We will make the instrument what the factor can improve, can increase what flexibility in university. And Marlon and RBT theory that's supporting about flexibility development and flexibility can you can see Marlon states the flexibility is related to resource management. So if we will develop or increase about flexibility, we will relate it to with resource management. And then resource-based theory states that resource consists of organization, human, and infrastructure. Based on this theory, based on this theory about management of IT management, we can develop how we can improve about flexibility in university. So based on that theory, we can see this is the domain of IT management. This domain of IT management included IT infrastructure management, and then organization management and human resource management. This is potential factor influence the flexibility. This is developed from the theory, and this is based on expert judgment. So this is we have 10 factor. We have 10 factor that's influence the flexibility. And you can see, and this is the stable describe about construct name, operational definition, and indicator for its instrument, for its dimension from flexibility. You can see 10 factor. Another data integration, modularity, and etc. We can see 10 factor influence the flexibility. And then flexibility factor, we do testing, testing, and we can see in this table we have column about testing in flexibility. In this table, so the path coefficient value, t value, and v value are the criteria for determining significance of influencing variable. So the path coefficient value for 10 factor analysis produces positive path coefficient value. We saw that the 10 factor have influence on IT flexibility at the university. And then we do test, another test, and we have this is the normal test and a different test, and we can see this is the test. This is significant value test and independent value test. This show that there is no significant difference between the two samples of university test. As mentioned before, the type of university tests are public and private university. And then based on the test, we can see this is 10.
Ibu,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to kindly remind you that you only have 5 minutes left.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
This
okay.
is
Thank you.
Factor that's significant to influence flexibility. And then this is you can see this is table. This table about factor dimension about IT flexibility, and we can see position IT management flexibility. And you focus in three column, technical IT, human IT, and management. This is you can see in this column, this is opportunity for further research, because the mention, like you can see the research, the position research, IT management flexibility, and then after that we have measurement of IT management flexibility in 40 sample in university, and we get the result of measurement This is the result of measurement. You can see in this picture. In this picture, show about the result of measurement in university, and this measurement results show that majority of maturity level are in category sufficient flexibility. This is 38% in category of sufficient flexibility. You can see in this this picture is result of measurement, and then the future research based on the mentioned. We can see this is several in future research. Yeah, the one is about influencing analysis in 4 type of university. This is possible to because type of university consists of public and private university. Public and private university have different several aspect like culture and finding source. So this is one of opportunity to future research. And the next indirect effect between independent variable has the opportunity to further research, because in this research not yet related with the independent variable. Yeah. And then the next future research, maybe we can involve external factor in analysis. And the next, the last factor, we can relate to external factor need to analysis more deep. There is influence on flexibility IT management and university to optimize the result of the analysis. I think that's all about the flexibility and what we can do to improve, to develop, yeah, about the flexibility in university. I think that's all. This is a reference, yeah. You can see. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is quite interesting topic actually, because right now everything is flexible and we need to adapt quickly. Otherwise, maybe we are no longer on the map. For all the participants that wish to deliver some questions to the speakers, please write your question on the chat forum, or maybe in the end of discussion, or after the last speaker speak, you can raise your hand if you wish to talk to them directly. Right now, we already have 2 participants that asked some question for Ibu Wasila, but hold on, we still have 2 more speakers right now. Ladies and gentlemen, right now everything is labeled by smart. We have smartphone indeed, smart TV, smart traffic, smart city, and everything. But what is actually that smart thing? How it works? And what this smart can do for our world, for our life? Here we have Dr. Finn from FPT University. He received PhD from Automatic Engineering Informatics, Signals and Image Processing, University of Littoral Coast Opal, France. His research interests include machine learning, machine vision, feature selection, texture classification, image analysis, text mining, face recognition, and more. I cannot read them one by one. I need to ask first whether Dr. Finn is already joined us right now, because the committee informed me that Dr. Finn this morning has fasting schedule. So I need to ask him, Dr. Finn, are you with me right now? Dr. Finn?
Hello everyone, my name is Vinh Kim Hoàng. I am from FPT University from Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
It's a very pleasure for me to present my talk at the 7th International Conference of Information Technology and Business
at
Institute of Informatics and Business, Dharma Indonesia.
Right now.
So now the smart city service are become
due to fasting schedule, but he will attend discussion later. So please watch the video and save your questions, because Dr. Finn will
more widespread than ever. ICT are growing.
Application of computer vision in smart cities. So for the committee, roll the camera. Okay, thank you. Enjoy.
University from Vietnam. It's a very pleasure for me to present my talk at the 7th International Conference of Information Technology and Business at Institute of Informatics and Business, Dharma Indonesia. So now the smart city service have become more widespread than ever. ICT are growing and become increasingly crowded as a result of urbanization and work population growth. The term smart city refers to the use of information and communication technology to sense, analyze, and interact key information from core system and operating system. At the same time, smart city can make intelligent response to different kinds of needs in terms of daily livelihood, environmental protection, and public safety, as well as the city facility and industrial commercial activity. As smart city related technology develop rapidly, for example, the spread of IoT device, more things become measurable. As a result, we have more and more usable data of the ecosystem for our city. As the open population of city grows, city leaders can make smart decisions with computer vision to meet people's increasing demand. This is the content of my talk today. First one, I will present the introduction of the problem. The second one, I will present how smart city work. Next, I will present smart city technology and application of computer vision. And the final will be what smart city will look like in the future. Now we try to explain the concept of smart city. Smart city is an open development vision to integrate multiple information and communication technology that we call ICT and Internet of Things (IoT) solution in a secure fashion to manage a city assets. A city assets include but are not limited to local department of information system, school, library, transportation system, hospital, power plant, water supply network, waste management, law enforcement, and other community service. The goal of building a smart city is to improve quality of life by using open informatics and technology to improve the efficiency of service and meet residents' needs. ICT allows city officials to interact directly with the community and the city infrastructure and to monitor what is happening in the city and how the city is evolving and how to enable a better quality of life. Through the use of sensor interactive with the real-time monitor system, data are collected from citizens and devices, then processed and analyzed. The information and knowledge gathered are key to tackling inefficiency. Alongside the smart city also use technology including application programming interface, IoT solution, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, machine learning, mesh network, machine-to-machine communication. Smart city use a variety of software, use interface and communication network alongside the Internet of Things to deliver connected solutions for the public. Otherwise, the IoT is the most important. The IoT is a network of connected devices that communicate and exchange data. This can include anything from vehicle to home app on street sensor. Data collected from this device is stored in the cloud or on server to allow for improvement to be made to both public and private sector efficiency and deliver economic benefit and improvement to the life of citizens. Many of the IoT devices use edge computing, which ensure that only the most relevant and important data is delivered over the communication network. In addition, a secure system is implemented to protect, monitor, and control the transmission of data from the smart city network and prevent unauthorized access to the IoT network of a city data platform. Smart city follow 4 steps to improve the quality of life and enable economic growth through a network of connected IoT devices and other technology. These steps are as follows. The first step is collection. Smart sensor gather real-time data. The second step, analysis. Data is analyzed to gain insight into the operation of city service and operation. Third step, communication. The result of the data analysis are communicated to decision maker. And the final step, action. Action is taken to improve operation, manage asset, and improve the quality of city life for the resident. The ICT framework brings together real-time data from connected asset, object, and machine to improve decision making. However, in addition, citizens are able to engage and interact with smart city ecosystem through mobile device and connected vehicle and building. By pairing system data and the infrastructure in the city, it's possible to cut costs, improve sustainability, and streamline factors such as energy distribution and refuse collection, as well as offering reduced traffic congestion and improve air quality as well. Do we need smart city and why this is important? Because 54% of the world population live in city, and this is expected to rise to 66% by 2050, adding a further 2.5 billion people to the urban population over the next 3 decades. With this expected population growth, there comes a need of managed environmental, social, and economic sustainability of resource. Smart city allows citizens and local government authority to work together to launch initiatives and use smart technology to manage access and resource in the growing urban environment. A smart city should provide an urban environment that delivers a high quality of life to residents while also generating economic growth. This means deliver a suite of joint of service to citizens with reduced infrastructure costs. The Institute for Management Development in collaboration with Singapore University for Technology and Design has received the 2020 Smart City Index, with key findings on how technology is playing a role in the COVID era. In the way is likely to remain. 100 of cities from 109 cities were surveyed in April and May 2020 and asked questions on the technology provision of their city across 5 key areas: health and safety, mobility, activity, opportunity, and governance. Singapore, Helsinki, Zurich city are the triumph of Global Smart City Index. So in this year, we can see many European cities fall in the ranking. The Smart City Index ranks cities based on economic and technological data, as well as by the city citizen perception of how smart city they are. Computer vision is essentially a satellite using a computer as our eye and ear to monitor and make decisions for us. is a combination of advanced camera and other technology used to monitor different aspects of the real world. The information is then passed by a robust algorithm that mimics human interpretation and can be used to make informed decisions based on the application of the computer vision. In the case of smart city is a very generic term used to describe a city that utilizes that technology to run smoothly. However, as computer vision advances, the term smart city is coming to be used for cities that especially use computer vision technology to monitor various things and connect people and places within the city with real-time data and information. Computer vision can be used in mirror way, and new applications are being continuously developed. Some of the most recent and impactful use are in transportation and law enforcement. In transportation, camera connected to street lamp and traffic signal can be used to monitor traffic flow and movement of pedestrians. This data can be interpreted using complex algorithms to determine the most efficient traffic signal pattern in real time. The result is an optimization of the flow of traffic and the reduction of congestion. This same monitoring device can also be used to determine the presence of cars and pedestrians. If none are detected, street lights can be dimmed to save electricity and they can be turned back on for safety after movement is detected. This device and algorithm are currently being used in some cities to determine if and where parking spaces are available, ultimately making parking significantly easier for drivers in large cities where spots can be limited. For law enforcement, computer vision technology can be used by law enforcement to monitor activity on street and determine where issue, altercation, or accident may be taking place. The algorithm can use significantly decrease the amount of monitoring performed by humans that need to be done and decrease the response time of first responder. The systems are also capable of monitoring areas that are covered by tree or vegetation and aren't visible by satellite or helicopter, thereby increasing surveillance capability. Additionally, they can be used and identify and report area worship illegal construction. It's clear that computer vision in market smart city come to life. It allows to unprecedented advancement in traffic monitoring, ease of navigating city in real time, energy saving measure, and law enforcement surveillance. Wherever you are still planning already implement computer vision technology in your project, start by selecting machine vision camera. Here we can mention several specific applications of computer vision in smart city. The first one, smart parking. This application can be used to monitor parking space availability in the city. For structure of health, we can use for monitor privation and material condition in building, bridge, and historical monument. The third one, we can use sound monitoring in bar area incentive zone real time. This may be a combination of computer vision and signal recognition. The fourth one is smartphone detection. We can use some mobile phone like iPhone and Android device in several any device which work with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth interface, etc. For smart lighting, waste management, and smart road, there's a lot of application of computer vision for smart city. Facial recognition is the process of identifying or verifying the identity of a person using their face. It captures, analyzes, and compares patterns based on the person's facial detail. There are three main keys: the face, detection process is an essential step in detecting and locating human face in image and video. The second step, the face capture process transforms analog information of face into a set of digital information data vector based on the person facial feature. The final step, the face matching process, verify if two faces belong the same person. It's a complex system such as smart city surveillance. We introduce here a general framework for detecting people based on their gait, upper body and lower body. The main objective of person matching are to reduce the intra-class difference wherever increase them in case of inter-class variation between person image. The main goal is to cultivate a promising approach that efficiently discriminates the person representation with the interaction of represent feature extraction technique. The proposed framework consists of two main steps. The first step, pre-processing, is performed on the gallery image of 3 datasets where person image are split into two parts, upper and lower part. And the same procedure is repeated for the query image. The parts are passed separately to pre-trained SqueezeNet model for this feature extraction. After both the batch feature are fused into a single dimensional feature vector with 2000 dimension size. In addition, on the basis of the feature, we train on the second step to find the accurate matching of agreement. We repeat the same pre-processing procedure where the learned feature are passed the trained autoencoder model, which efficiently reduce the feature dimension and choose only silent feature. Finally, the similarity score are achieved through the Gaussian similarity, and we evaluate various ranking score. Crowd analysis and scene understanding has drawn a lot of attention recently because it's a broad range of application in video surveillance. Besides surveillance, crowd sense also exists in movie, TV show, personal video collection, and also video share through social media. Since crowd sense have a large number of people accumulated with trip, weekend, and heavy occlusion, many existing technology of detection, tracking, and activity recognition, which are only applicable to SPAC chain, it does not work well in crowd sense. Therefore, a lot of new research work, especially targeting crowd sense, have been done in the past few years. They cover a broad range of topics, including crowd segmentation and detection, crowd tracking, crowd counting, pedestrian traveling, time estimation, crowd attribute recognition, and crowd behavior analysis. Therefore, understanding crowd behavior in video is challenging for computer vision. There have been increasing attempts on modeling crowd sense by introducing ever larger property ontology and annotating ever larger training dataset. However, in contrast to still image, manually annotating video attribute needs to consider spatial temporal evolution, which is inherently much harder and more costly. The smart security platform, which is promising to revolutionize public safety in smart city. The advance of video surveillance technology includes face biometric, person tracking, face recognition, and identifying sound of gunshot or explosion. Advanced algorithm will be trained to identify specific events based on image, sound analysis, and sensor data. This platform also comes with implementing guidelines for the system which allow for target operation. The most advanced functionality of those related to facial recognition and people tracking. For example, when a terrorist is recognized, face recognition, the system can distinguish a sound or shock from a firearm or sound attack and alert the ambulance to come to the area. Determining the density of objects in a scene has been studied by a number of works. The objective of most of the study that focus on this problem is to provide accurate estimate of person density in the form of people per square meter or person count within a given spatial temporal region of a video. A significant number of density estimation methods are based on aggregating count obtained from local object detector. In this approach, an object detector is employed to localize individual person instant in an image. Having obtained the localization of on-person instance, density estimation can proceed in a straightforward manner. And above the methods are not particularly well studied for crowd sense, given they assume that pedestrians are disconnected from each other by the distant background color, so that it may be possible to detect individual instance by different methods, such as multi-catalog process, morphological analysis, or variation optimization. Facial recognition was on the pinnacle of being accepted in sector application as part of our everyday life. But then the COVID-19 pandemic struck and wearing a mask became the norm. But it also posed a new challenge for facial recognition software. Facial recognition has been put to the test in two very different ways. Monitoring the compulsory wearing of face masks in certain places, as well as looking beneath the mask to identify face. Smart city service can make intelligent response to different kinds of needs in terms of daily livelihood, environmental protection, and public safety, as well as the city facility and industrial and commercial activity. As smart city-related technology develop rapidly, for example, the spread of the IoT device more thin become measurable. Among the various notable goals of smart city, construction of smart transportation system and smart urban management system are two of the key aims, which could significantly influence of the life of residents in future city. Advanced traffic management system (ATMs) and intelligent transport system (ITS) integrate information, communication, and all the technology and apply them in the field of transportation to build an integrated system of people, road, and vehicle. The system consists of a large, fully functioning, real-time, accurate, and efficient transportation management framework. Smart city service can make intelligent response to different kinds of needs in terms of daily livelihood, environmental protection, and public safety, as well as the city facility and industrial and commercial activity. As smart city-related technology develop rapidly, for example, the spread of the IoT device more thin become measurable. Among the various notable goals of smart city, construction of smart transportation system and smart urban management system are two of the key aims, which could significantly influence of the life of residents in future city. Advanced traffic management system (ATMs) and intelligent transport system (ITS) integrate information, communication, and all the technology and apply them in the field of transportation to build an integrated system of people, road, and vehicle. The system consists of a large, fully functioning, real-time, accurate, and efficient transportation management framework. Real-time plate detection and recognition have numerous applications, including average speed estimation, driving offense detection, and counting vehicles in highway. Traffic cameras are installed for up to 7 meters above street level that have field of view wide of 20 up to 50 meters, are more depending on camera resolution and lens. Plate recognition in highway is more challenging than plate recognition in toll collection station and parking due to the long distance between camera and vehicle and lack of a clear view. Most of the methods are not efficient in real-time system, and while being used in the system, information is lost and they are not rapid enough in the processing phase. Moreover, most of the current methods do not consistently functioning and they have good performance only in ideal conditions, including horizontal front view imaging in good lighting. These methods are very sensitive to extreme dark or bright condition, distortion, rotation, occlusion, blurring, and shading. It's worthy to mention that LED recognition method usually have different main steps, including LED detection and LED recognition. Around the world, Smart City program combine IT with Internet connected devices from waste management to smart grid with enhanced municipal management. The common Smart City project includes smart lighting, intelligent transport system, and smart utility metering for electricity and water. This technology and iteration are based on sensor-centered collection and analysis of data. They offer cost-effective and innovative solutions to the growing number of challenges faced by municipality. However, despite the countless benefits of smart city projects, many challenges remain when it comes to deployment due to unique city requirements and different interpretation and deployment concept. This variation can be categorized into following dimensions: technology challenge with coverage and capacity, digital security, legislation and policy, lack of confidence and reputation shown by citizens, lack of funding and business model, existing infrastructure and energy. Smart city offer better use of space, less traffic, cleaner air, and more efficient civic service, all of which increase quality of life. What's more, smart city provide more career and economic opportunity as well as stronger link with the community. As emerging technology mature and regulatory supports for the proliferation of smart city role expect really a catalyzed role in the next year. Here are some of the features that smart city will have by 2030. The first one, the data-driven city. Information and communication technology will play a pivotal role in smart city. The second, the hub of sustainability. Today, the world cities are responsible for 70% of total global greenhouse gas emission, 60 to 80% of global energy consumption, and 75% of carbon emissions. Smart city will create a new infrastructure and modify existing one to reduce both energy consumption and CO2 emission. The last one, convenient and efficient. By streamlining essential city of service, smart city strive to make the life of citizens easier by data-driven and the IoT Internet of Things enabled transportation and utility service will become seamless and faster. Thanks for your attention. Thanks, Ratu School, and I hope everyone is well, stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Dr. Prince. The video is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps 3 years ago, we never imagined that someday we will have this kind of presentation where everything is delivered digitally. Everything is online. We thought that when we want to attend conference, we need to pay a lot for the airfare, for the hotel and so on. But right now, everything just in your hand. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can start to type your question on chat forum, or later, after our last speaker, you can raise your hand if you wish to talk directly. Okay, COVID-19 brought significant impact in our life, not only negative, fortunately positive as well. This is good, right? A number of researches have been conducted and published. However, a number of researches that already been conducted and published previously still give us a lot of questions because the challenges are still exist and there is a huge demand for academicians to be creative and innovative. Dr. Sandia will talk about this issue, provide us with a numerous information, also the strategy on opportunities and challenges for research and innovation in informatics and business. Dr. Sandia received her doctoral degree from Anglia Ruskin University, Cambridge, United Kingdom. Right now, she is a director of strategic partnership UWI Bristol, UK, with years of experiences in leadership and business administration, global and academic management. Hello, Dr. Sandia Sastry, are you here with me right now?
Yes, good morning. Yes, I am here.
Good morning. Namaste.
Namaste. Salam alaikum.
How are you? Okay. Dr. Sandia, it's already afternoon, isn't it? There?
It's very early in the morning. It's
very early in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not even 4 o'clock in the morning. So
4 o'clock. Okay. But after this, you can come back to sleep. After this.
Yeah.
Now you have 20 minutes to deliver your speech.
So
we can start right now.
Can I
so
just
the screen?
check?
Yes.
Yes, please. Can I just check if
okay.
Because we're not used to Zoom. We use other technology. So I'm just going to, can you see this screen?
Yes,
now?
I can see it perfectly.
Okay, brilliant.
Thank you. So the camera is yours right now.
Thank you very much. Dear Dr. Alfian, MBA, MSc Rector, Dr. Abdulaziz, Vice Rector for Academic and Research, Dr. Singa Gerada as Dean of Faculty of Economics and Business, Zaider Jamal, Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, Dr. Shri Lestari as a Head of Institution of Research and Community Service, Dr. Muhammad Saeed Hasibuan as Chairman of the conference, and respected colleagues and participants. A very early morning, good morning to you all. Business informatics is an emerging discipline that combines various aspects of business management, information technology, and informatics. Germany is credited as the creator of business informatics, and its popularity has spread throughout Central Europe, with many institutions of higher learning offering four-year degrees in the field. It is a discipline that changes and develops rapidly, and its teaching must therefore be constantly revised and reconsidered. Someone who is trained in business informatics can act as a go-between or as a bridge to connect management with information side of a company. By understanding both sides, qualified experts will ideally be able to help both those who build and those who use computers and information systems. In short, the goal of business informatics is to fully integrate computer science and business administration into one field. In short, digitization and the management of leadership of digital strategies, the research and innovation leads, the opportunities and barriers are what we are here to discuss today. All over the world, in big and small businesses and across all sectors, they are increasingly using informatics. Its invaluable use can be seen, for example, in the life sciences industry. The life sciences industry, and which need large amounts. I don't know what happened there. 1 second. No, hold on. Right. So as I was saying, the invaluable use can be seen in life sciences industry, which needs large amounts of data storage, and it needs to work flawlessly. as business becomes more driven by not just quantity of information, but by the quality of information, most companies are seeing the need to apply business informatics to some degree in order to remain competitive. The COVID-19 pandemic has widened the gap between the top and the bottom companies in the power curve of the economic profit, amplifying winner takes most dynamics and therefore further separating digital leaders from those who are lagging behind or even losing the race. So this slide actually talks about the leadership team, which was surveyed, and you can see the responses. The digital growth is seen not only in the very high-tech companies, but also in the success of non-digital native companies such as Goldman Sachs, Disney, Bosch, John Deere, BHP, etc. These companies have invested heavily in new digitally enabled strategies and business models. Not only did they enter the pandemic with a much bigger technology endowments than their peers, they also continued to outspend them on digital technology as the pandemic went along. So the legacy companies are looking to make comparable performance improvements. What should they do? They should actually start by revisiting the classic strategic moves that we all are familiar with, individually and in combination. And these have been proven to jump companies up the power curve of economic profit. So by adapting some of these classic strategies in sometimes counterintuitive ways, companies can actually build a winning strategy in an era of digital disruption. So if you look at differentiation, improvement in differentiation, what used to work pre-pandemic is in the second column. A company's average gross margin must exceed its industries by 30%. That was the ballpark figure. Now, most companies must be delivering on digital products, services, experiences, etc. Productivity improvement. The bar for cost performance is, excuse me, can I just ask I'm getting a lot of feedback. Can I ask people to mute their screens?
Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly remind you that please turn off your microphone. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, okay, Dr. Sandra, you can test whether it's still
fine. Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, ready fine now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. So please, if you could just keep the mics muted, I'd be very grateful. Thank you. So in terms of what are the classic strategic moves, differentiation, productivity improvement, capital expenditure, resource reallocation. Now that is also very important because what we used to do previously before the pandemic was to shift more than 50% of capital spending across different business units. Now, because digital is shifting value pools more rapidly, companies must reallocate resources at a faster pace. So there's a huge emphasis, not just on the leadership to act, but the pace at which the leadership acts, the speed at which they act as well. And then, of course, the very favorite among most companies is mergers and acquisition and divestments. So again, this is a classic strategic move. None of these actually in the first column are new, but how we respond post-pandemic with these strategic moves are important. So mergers and acquisitions, so companies obviously buying off the shelf to up their digital capability is also very important. This is slide 4. So strategies to achieve success. So if you look at M&As, for instance, companies that acquired a digital unicorn outperformed those that did not. Mean digital unicorn meaning a forerunner of digital technology, which is state-of-the-art, cutting edge. So you can see the people who bought, the companies who bought the digital unicorn is all the way up 5.0, whereas the digital M&A did not buy digital 0.7. So you can see the success rates there as well. And strategies to achieve success. This shows how companies can acquire capabilities in a very short time in terms of leadership commitment to act, the agility of the company in terms of embracing change and implementing the change required as well. So increased use of advanced technologies and operations. So you can see that as well. So now I want to look at Indonesian context actually. So what is it that in Indonesia we can do in order to become more competitive post-pandemic? So before the pandemic hit, Indonesia was on track, I think, to be number 7th overall economy in the world. So how do we make sure that we bring Indonesia on track? I am not an expert in Indonesia, but I'm an expert in the knowledge that I have about it. So I hope you are able to agree with me that one of the things is to push digital technology to boost agriculture, because it's one of the key industries and sectors across Indonesia which can actually deliver a huge outcome for much of the country. Even before the pandemic swept the world, the global economy is changing rapidly, pushed by largely by advancements in digital technologies such as advanced analytics, robotics, automation, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, etc. So automation, for example, would increase. This is which slide is it to bring? No, sorry. Yeah, the Indonesian companies are struggling to scale up adoption, but demonstrate a higher scope for achieving impact from Industry 4.0. So this is what the slide's showing. Estimated that between 2014 and 2023, automation will create more jobs in Indonesia than that are lost. And the most aggressive scenario forecasting up to 23 million more jobs. But to bring the economy to the 7th rank globally, annual growth must be pushed to around 7%, a faster pace than the dynamic pre-pandemic levels of about 5%, which was about 5%. So in terms of the fear of people losing jobs because there is going to be digitization or automation, that fear should not be there in the minds of the people. Fear actually causes a lot more issues and problems than if you didn't fear, if we didn't fear. So you should not fear the consequences of digitization and automation. It is going to be good it's going to be better for Indonesia. Those are the predictions. Now, the second sector, which is identified, is obviously tourism. You've got a beautiful country, and I want to again visit your country after the pandemic is gone. One of the things that is important for Indonesia is not just international visitors or international tourists to visit your beautiful spots and culture, but promoting domestic tourism itself is a very big output and outcome. So in terms of boosting tourism, domestic tourism, and upgrading the tourism infrastructure. And how do we do it? By jump in digital activity brought by the pandemic can be used to accelerate adoption of new technologies, from online booking systems to advanced analytics that can offer real-time information on tourist activities and behaviors as well. So using the financial inclusion as from the individual's point of view, so to be able to transact and to be able to do business with individuals to business, all on digital technologies, to actually realizing the synergies from small business, nano business even, nano-sized business, small and medium enterprises. So all the way from a sole trader to a small and medium enterprise, to be able to include that whole segment in financial ability to deal with financially in digital terms, that will bring a lot of growth and quick results as well. So one of the examples I can give is from India, where 1.3 billion about 5 years ago most of them didn't, 90% were not financially digitally able. But in introducing the Aadhaar card, which is kind of a social security number, and linking that to an individual, which then links to your income tax, PAN card, your income, and all of the accounts and so on, it's made a huge impact. And even the very remote rural areas, which can get very good mobile signals, are able to transact now on their mobiles, rather than to have to walk miles on end to reach a bank, which may be closed at the end of it. So so one of the takeaways is on the tourism as well. So what are then the barriers then to going digital? What is stopping, or what could act as a barrier in achieving this growth? So the one key thing is obviously people resisting resisting digital change. So when India got the Aadhaar card, everybody was saying, oh, the government is doing this so they can spy on individuals, and they can do this and they do that and all that sort of stuff. But now that it's come and gone, everybody all the time produces an Aadhaar card for anything that, a gas cylinder to bank, opening a bank account, to buying a property. Everything is now, people have embraced the change, but it took time to get to that point. So it is important for organizations as well as government to bring in a change culture, which in a way it removes the barriers, because it's about changing people's behaviors. And that is one most important thing. The other thing is about insufficient onboarding for digital tools. So you might get 5G mobile network on iPhone or whatever, whichever provider in Indonesia is doing it, will say, oh, your mobile phone is 5G capable. But is there 5G infrastructure to make that happen? So that onboarding of the whole supply chain upstream to downstream, is that happening, or is it just in a piecemeal way? And also training for new tools at scale, measuring user adoption, which is actually very difficult. Insufficient budget, now that is key. We saw in the classic strategies about allocating resources and capital expenditure. Now we can't stress enough, there may be leadership, there may be the a will to act, but is there sufficient budgets to act? Digital security, obviously the previous speaker talked a lot about that. And the agility challenge is here. So the ideation, the idea to creating the pitch, to strategic initiatives, backlog, prepare implementation, and then the feedback as to how it's working. Now, this whole the process used to take a long time pre-pandemic, but at the now in this digital age, if companies have to succeed, they have to move at pace to do that. So projections show that in Indonesia, many more jobs will be created than lost to automation. So we spoke about that. We also are going to quickly look at the opportunities to going digital. So what are the opportunities? There's a huge opportunity to just reimagine the future for Indonesia, you know. Don't work on the past, keep all the good things of the past and then create a new country, new Indonesia, new ethos, new behaviors. So creating and educating young people that is transformational, that is important. Being in the field of education, managing people by creating a workplace environment that promotes goodwill and productivity, encourage hybrid remote working where possible. And I'm appealing to the Institute leadership here to allow your people to work from home and not just come and sit in the office, in college and in university, in the institute, where they can actually, be more productive some days, and then you encourage the social activity, which creates ideas among people by bringing them into the campus. So the old way of 9 to 5, sit in front of me and work, I don't think is acceptable anymore from employees' point of view, as well as from the management, where you can save a lot of your overheads and the infrastructure if you're able to work to a business model. And also to be able to anticipate opportunities and to act on them in an agile manner, as the previous slides showed. The agility challenge is to be decisive and to act with speed. Of course, it comes with some risks, but again, the fear element should be taken out, because if you have the right intention, it will work.
Sandhya,
yeah?
I'm sorry, but I have to remind you that you only have 5 minutes left.
Oh, there's plenty, don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please continue.
Yes. So the role of Institute of Informatics and Business, what is the role that you would take on in this scenario? So I'm just putting out, it's nothing that you do not know. I'm just putting it out there. Tap into opportunities this new world presents to conduct valuable research, both nationally as well as internationally. So what would be then the method of doing that in the next slide, and then influence your policymakers on acting at speed, at pace, to adopt digital technology. So your policymakers in your parliament or equivalent, and your MPs, members collaborate with public. Can you just mute your mic? Hello? Can you please mute your mics? I can hear a lot of noise talking. Okay, thank you. So collaborate with public and private entities in country, as well as to create public-private partnerships to drive forward the digital agenda, and to identify key sectors to focus research on, identify key functions of leadership and management as priority research areas, and be a leader in the change management agenda for the country. So be the change that you want. So what are the research leads then? Strategy and strategic management, because we saw how classic moves need to be amended accordingly in order to be able to succeed in a competitive world post-pandemic. So strategy and strategic management, and that is one area of research. Agility and changing gears to increase speed of strategy implementation. So how do you do that? And areas, topics around that. The digital revolution and financial inclusion, nano, small, medium enterprises and individuals. So that is another area which is fast catching on, financial inclusion. I took the example of India. Now you got the example of Nigeria as well. where the financial inclusion debate is, discussion is going on in the country, and the adoption of advanced analytics to boost particular sectors. It's all across, but also particular sectors, tourism and agriculture. So thank you. With that, can I just say, I'd like to thank Muhammad Aditya for actually being extremely energetic, very positive, very supportive, and he got me out of bed today in order for me to be able to deliver the keynote speech. Thank you.
Jan Jafar, Dr. Sandhya, thank you so much. It's very interesting topic, actually. You also mentioned that Indonesia is the 4th largest in the world for agriculture as the producer, right? Hello?
That's correct.
Dr. Sandhya, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Indonesia is the 4th largest. And I would like to inform you right now, our university has the laboratory, the smart farming laboratory.
Excellent.
This is how our university embraced with that kind of 4.0 industry challenge. Okay, thank you so much.
Very good.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, before we come to discussion, we have photo group first. Okay, so turn on your camera. Please make sure you have your best picture right now. Okay, please, participants, turn on your camera, mute your microphone, because we have photo group. Okay, one of the committee, Bapak Dedi, will guide us.
Yes, I'm ready.
Pak Dedi, are you ready?
Yes.
So please listen to him. Make sure you give your best smile. Okay. Okay. So Dedi, this is your time.
Okay.
Please lead us.
This is group 1. Please on camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then group 2. Okay, group 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, group 3. Okay, group 3. Wow. 1, 2, 3. And then group 4. 4. Yes. Sorry. 4. Not yet a camera. On camera.
Turn on your camera, please.
Okay, and then the last, next, sorry. Okay, thank you. Finish. Finish. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the participants.
Finish.
You can let your camera on, because that will be very good, because now you are on YouTube. Okay, now you can be a YouTuber. Okay, now this is discussion time. So this is the heart of this event. But I need to check first whether Dr. Fins are ready with us right now or not. Not yet? Okay, it's okay. But we still have Dr. Wasila and Dr. Sandhya. Okay, for the first part, I will open 3 questions. So for all the participants, please make sure you make your questions short and very clear. Or you can, alternatively, you raise your hand to speak directly to the speaker. Okay, right now we have, so many questions. Because I just want to inform you that more than 100 participants right now join us. So I think that I want to politely ask to the speakers, Dr. Wasla and Dr. Sandia. Please give big applause to the participants. 100 participants, more than 100. This is very huge conference. Thank you. So Dr. Wasila, so the first question will be yours. Okay. So this is from Hendra. Okay. He wrote that, dear Dr. Wasila, I wish you answer my question relating to your material. What are the university's challenges to improve their activities to survive in post-pandemic area? So that's the question for you. You have like about 3 up to 4 minutes to answer the question. And then for Dr. Sandia, this is the question for you. So after Ibu Wasila finish answer the question, and then you can answer the question. This is from Idris Asmuni. He wrote that, as you mentioned in your presentation, Indonesia is the 4th largest agricultural country around the world. So the question are, in what ways do you think digital shifting plays important role to make Indonesian position will survive as the 4th largest? And the second question, as far as you're concerned, can you notice the critical successful factor or CCF to solve the barriers in going digital? So that's 2 questions for the first part. So Ibu Wasila, your time to answer the questions from Hendra. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the question. I'll answer about the question from Mr. Hendra. Thank you for the question. I think maybe we refer to the factor that influence flexibility. And in the mention before, I talk about 10 factor influence flexibility, and we have 6 factors, significant factor after test. Yeah. This factor is value-driven instrument, value-driven and competent human resource competency. So I think in the condition after the pandemic, COVID pandemic, maybe we must focus about human resource competency, maybe, and how we give like workshop like that, yeah, to give competency for human resource, how they can adapt new technology like that, and then a value-driven instrument include collaborative between university, like we have independent campus, independent learning, and like that, and maybe now we join with Campus Merdeka like that, yeah. That's one of kind collaborative between university, and we can improve, we can support the competency. We can join with another university to improve our ability like that. So maybe we focus in how the improve the competence human resource competency and collaborative with university like it. I think that's all for Mr. Hendra.
Underline that the human resource is very important, or this is, we can say, the big challenge in universities, and what we can do to improve. So one of the ways that what we have right now, doing what we call it Campus Merdeka, right, or independent university that's already launched recently by the Ministry of Education. So means that that kind of activities can support to lower the challenge, right, Ibu?
Okay. And maybe we must focus to it culture, yeah, organization culture, behavior like that.
Also the behavior of the universities. So do you think, is there anything that we need to improve from the culture, the organization culture?
Yes, of course. We must improve the culture to change like that. And because sometimes we nyaman ya.
Sometimes we just feel very comfort
with
and technologies.
We don't like to
changes. So I think there is a link what you have just said with Dr. Sandhya previously talked, because sometimes people are resistant with new technology. So that's why humans are big challenge. Okay, thank you, Ibu Wasila.
Yes, thank you.
What a great answer.
Thank
you. So now, Dr. Sandhya, it's your turn for the question related to Indonesia is the fourth largest agricultural country on the world. In what ways do you think digital shifting plays important role to make Indonesian position will survive? How we can survive in that position? But I don't like the part of survive. I want Indonesia to be number 1 or number 2, not number 4 forever, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You took the words, yes, you took the words out of my mouth, actually.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
I was going to say that don't aim for 4, aim for number 1. And then, you know, if you end up number 2 or 3, that's a huge bonus. So in terms of the digital technologies to assist agriculture, you know, the satellite imagery in real time can actually give so much information and data and prediction in weather conditions. For instance, you know, agriculture is hugely weather dependent. That's one. Also, in terms of soil quality and what the soil has got, and also in monitoring livestock. I live in a rural area, and I'm surrounded by sheep and cows. You know, that's what they farm here. And all of those is, it'd be easy to monitor those if you had the digital satellite image as well as real-time monitoring. So that's one. The second thing is, I'm imagining that in Indonesia, you do have agricultural subsidies given to farmers, yeah? So those subsidies and the bank transfers can be made much more direct. We spoke about the financial inclusion and digital technologies enabling financial transactions. So that would be, again, a very useful way of dealing with real-time situation. So automation of agricultural machinery, obviously, that is something that is very immediate in everybody's mind. So automating that as well. So counting, counting sheep or whatever livestock there is, or harvesting, automation, etc. So spraying pesticides, all of that can be automated, and it can be set on timers and so on. So and also depending on the weather situation. So is there going to be fog? Is there going to be heavy rain? Is there going to be light rain, etc. And also automating your water irrigation systems as well, to allow X amount of water to come in to your rice fields, wheat fields, and so on at the right time, and not have the soil clogged or too dry, just right. So there's so many applications, huge applications, and I'm sure Indonesia excellently well.
Okay, so if I can underline, we need to be very serious related to the IoT, the Internet of Things, the smart farming things. Because when you mention about digital satellite, you mentioned about the real-time report, means we talk about artificial intelligence and also Internet of Things. The good thing is Dharma Jaya also try to do their best to make sure that our students and also lecturers deeply involved with that kind of research.
Yep.
So hopefully this is one of the way to support Indonesia or our province. No, I don't like to be fourth place. Just say to be the first place.
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. But now I also want to make sure again, Dr. Finn is ready with us right now, or still in the hospital? Yeah, let me check first. Okay, I think he's still around because right now he's scheduled to get vaccine, the COVID. It's okay. So now the second question for Ibu Wasila. Okay, Ibu Wasila, the question it's a very long question. Okay. Okay. What are the potential factors, according to your research, is the most dominant influencing the successful of student lecturing after pandemics? This is from Bapak Idris. So Ibu Wasila.
Okay.
So your question will be, what are the potential factors, according to your research, is the most dominant influencing the successful of student lecturing after pandemics?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a question for you. I give you 1 minute to think about that. And Dr. Sandhya, the question is, in your last presentation, you mentioned about the need for boost analytics in certain sector, such as tourism. Yeah, I remember you said about that, and agriculture. So why do you suggest this sector for further analytic for Dharma Jaya research? So that's for Dr. Sandhya. Now I come back to Ibu Wasila. Are you ready?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Idris.
Excellent.
For your question. About the significant factor in my research, from the 10 factor, the most significant is knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing is one of part from knowledge management. So in the instrument of knowledge sharing, included about how IT management can in publishing and distributing information and knowledge in university. So to support, to get the flexibility, we must have IT media for support, how we can publish, how we can distributing about our information to member of university, like student maybe, and lecturer, and etc. And we must have management of IT media. We have management of IT media in publishing and distributing information, and knowledge in supporting the learning process in university. In my research, the knowledge sharing is very important. Knowledge sharing. And then another knowledge sharing, the significant factor. Another is value driven. Value driven is budaya, culture, and how we make sure the conducive, conducive, and we have environment that support. We change like that, and of the first is knowledge sharing, and then value driven, and then the competency, human resource competency, that very significant. From 10 factor, the most significant is knowledge sharing. So university must have media to manage knowledge, knowledge how we distribute knowledge, how to publish knowledge, to use the IT, like that, I think.
So the power of sharing, ya Ibu.
Sharing.
So from the material, the infrastructure, and how we distribute it, the
information,
knowledge,
knowledge,
are very important. Actually, that's indeed right.
I think
Thank you, Ibu.
yeah,
you want to add something?
No, another that we must have, of course, we must have infrastructure IT, of course,
Yeah, the infrastructure, because we cannot imagine how we can distribute the knowledge smoothly if every day we just struggle with the poor signal.
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Yes, I
Thank
think
you
like
so
that.
much, Ibu.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I'm going to Dr. Sandhya. This is about the tourism and agriculture. So why do you suggest this sector for further analytic for Dharma Jaya research? The tourism and agriculture.
Right. Okay. So immediately, this is a low-hanging fruit for the institute, because you are experts in information, business informatics, and analytics, and so on. It is important to capitalize on your strengths. So if you can't spread yourself too thin by addressing all the different sectors, or having too many sectors to focus on. So where would it give you the most benefit or return on investment? So that would be agriculture and tourism, because they are the two biggest sectors. So what analytics would do, say we spoke about the agricultural sector. So the farmers can individually get all the data to make their decisions, obviously. But in the tourism sector too, you will be able to, people should be able to have the ease of exploring where they can go at a particular season, particular point in time, depending on their interest. Is it cultural? Is it more leisure? Going kayaking, scuba diving, whatever. And also to be able to match what the aspirations will be. So abseiling across the ocean, not happening now, can happen next year. So somebody brings that along. It's a business idea with a little bit of investment. So what would you like to do? So the moment you start to use the Internet of Things, as my good friend here has said, it will track what it is that you're after. And in 24 hours, when you go back to your mobile phone, you're looking at the news of the local news, suddenly something pops up saying, aha, holiday to this place. And then you become interested and so on. So it's about capitalizing on what is in the minds of the customers for the future activities. And to be able to be first players, to be able to policy make, to be able to also have incubators, with business ideas to set up as an institute. I'm sure you could enable entrepreneurism in that way. So I think that's why they are all very low-hanging fruit, as I'd say. It's not just for publication, that kind of research. It's more for practical application. And the fact that, I like the fact that the institute is very practical, practice orientated, because I come from practice as well. I'm not a career academic, so I've worked in many different sectors, and I can understand and I can see it's not just textbook stuff, it's the practical application, driving the economy of the country forward. That's what it is.
It's like we need to implement our research. Not only we store it in the library, but we need to bring it into the industry and solve like millions of problems in Indonesia, particularly in tourism and agriculture. Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandia. So I need to check again whether Dr. Finn already with us right now. Dr. Finn, are you with me right now? Not yet? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is very interesting topic what we have right now. So many things we have discussed, so many things we have covered, from flexibility in university, and then we move to smart cities, where Dr. Swin delivered about the smart traffic, smart care, smart health, and so on and so forth. And Dr. Sandia talked about the challenge in research and innovation. I think we have covered everything on the list. We already checked everything here. Ladies and gentlemen, together with me, please give big applause to the speakers. Thanks to all of you. I just want to give some very short information. Okay, now we are coming to the end of our discussion. We have about roughly 60 minutes or 45 minutes for lunch break and pray. Please stay because the committee will announce the break room. The conference will resume at 12:30 p.m. Please be on time. Please make sure you don't miss it, because at 12:30 is your time to be speakers, right? To deliver your ideas in any issues that are already covered by your research. Please make sure you don't miss it. And then I need to check again whether Dr. Finn ready with us right now. Not yet? Okay. Dr. Sandia, thank you so much. Dr. Wasila, thank you so much. Dr. Sandia, is there something that you want to say before we close this discussion time?
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me to the conference. And I know I gave Mohammed some sleepless nights because of the time difference. He had a shock that I lived in the UK and saying, okay, 9 o'clock.
It's 5 p.m. right now.
So thank you very much to organizers as well. And I hope this was successful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much to all the participants and the questions, and keep them coming. And if you want to contact me, ask Mohammed for my email ID, anybody, all the students, staff, and we can do some collaborative research and include you in those research leads as well. And I'll probably send out to Mohammed a webinar series that we're having from January onwards from my university for international partners. And that would be good for you to be engaged in. So thank you very much, and have a fantastic conference. I am going to go back to
I'm sorry on behalf of all the committee. I'm sorry that we are sacrificing your sleeping time.
Don't worry. I'll catch up.
And fly to
on the
Indonesia
weekend.
after the pandemic is over.
Of course,
Ibu Hasila
I
is
will.
there. Indeed. We are so delighted to have you around here. Ibu Hasila, is there anything that you want to say? You have 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much for all the participants for the joining in this conference. I hope this moment is a nice conference. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Again, I would like to inform you the conference will resume at 12:30 p.m. on time. Please make sure you don't miss it. Okay?
Alhamdulillah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you very much for the great contributions and
looking forward to seeing you in the ICTB next year.
Stay healthy.
Look after yourself.
And wassalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Thank you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu, terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling...
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tabi pun, selamat datang di kampus Dharma Jaya dengan visi menjadi perguruan tinggi pembelajaran unggul berbasis riset dan teknologi informasi. Izinkan kami membantu mewujudkan mimpi dan harapan untuk mencapai masa depan yang lebih baik.
Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Sambutlah masa depan yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Dharma Jaya, kampus terbaik untuk semua. Dharma Jaya, pilihan untuk anak. Masa depan yang cerah bersama kami, IIB Dharma Jaya. Langkahkan kaki, gapai semua impianmu, terus berinovasi untuk membangun negeri. IIB Dharma Jaya, kampus yang paling unggul dalam ilmu teknologi dan juga bisnis, menghasilkan lulusan yang terbaik, berkarakter, berkompeten dan juga bermutu.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Siti Musainah binti Muhammad Uzuki. Saya pelajar daripada Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka. Saya telah menyertai program mobility di UTM dan telah ditempatkan di IBI Dharma Jaya. Sepanjang pengalaman saya di sini, saya telah dapat banyak pengalaman. Antaranya adalah saya dapat mengenali budaya dan makanan di sini. Sebagai contoh, budaya yang saya dapat lihat sendiri ialah majlis perkahwinan. Selain itu, makanan tradisional yang telah saya cuba ialah seperti nasi padang. Di Malaysia ada juga nasi padang tapi rasanya berbeza. Tak seperti di sini. Rasanya lebih enak dan harga lebih berpatutan. Selain daripada itu,
Saya juga ingin ucapkan terima kasih kepada pensyarah-pensyarah yang ada di IBI Dharma Jaya. Mereka telah mengajar kami dengan cukup baik walaupun kami ini bukannya orang Indonesia, kami pelajar luar. Terima kasih lecturer yang ada di IBI Dharma Jaya. Selain itu, terima kasih jugalah untuk pelajar-pelajar lokal yang telah membantu kami banyak dalam pelbagai hal. Contohnya mereka telah memberi tahu kami tentang wisata-wisata yang menarik yang ada di Lampung seperti Bukit Satura. Itu merupakan satu pengalaman yang cukup baik. Selain daripada itu, IBI juga telah membantu saya untuk meningkatkan skill communication kerana di IBI bukan hanya pelajar daripada Malaysia tetapi ada juga pelajar daripada Thailand, Kenya, Uganda dan sebagainya. Maka dari situ bukan sahaja kami dapat mengenali pelajar Indonesia tetapi pelajar daripada Afrika dan sekitar Asia Tenggara. Terima kasih IBI Dharma Jaya untuk peluang ini. Dharma Jaya the best.
Hello, my name is Francis Mo from Kenya. I am a student at the Institute of Informatics and Business Dharma Jaya. I came to Indonesia for the first time in the year 2017 for International Internship Scholarship. I'm now doing my master's in the same institution. The reason why I like Dharma Jaya is because Dharma Jaya has the best programs for students. Here you meet students from all over the world. We have students from Russia, students from Malaysia, students from Rwanda, students from Madagascar. So you get opportunity to exercise your language, to speak English, to learn Bahasa, to interact with people from different parts of the world, to enjoy friendly lecturers, friendly students, and they have many programs for the students like wall climbing, Altara, music clubs, library, going to the beach, visiting national parks. That makes the students very busy and interactive. So I would encourage all the students from around the world to apply for the programs in Dharma Jaya, because in Dharma Jaya you'll be very happy. Dharma Jaya is the best private university in Indonesia and Lampung province. Dharma Jaya the best.
Hello, my name is Jen. I come from Vietnam, and I want to say talk about the reason why I come here and I join in EAS workshop. Because before my friend joined in EAS 2017 before, and she recommended for me to apply to this program. And I want to learn Bahasa Indonesia, and I want to improve my skill, my knowledge, and also I want to learn exchange culture and another culture around the world. So I want to make a friend from Indonesia, Malaysia, China, and other countries. So the first impression when I come here, Indonesian people very nice, and my supervisor is many people in here very friendly. And in Lamaya I have many programs, mobility program, exchange student, so maybe when I finish this program, I can apply for another. Thank you very much.
Gorengan banyak sekali.